Okay, so from that kneeling position, go ahead and bring your knees out wide, right? Like the width of a towel. And then behind you, bring your big toes to touch, okay? So already in that position, for some people, that's gonna be a lot on your quads. It might be a lot on your hips. And you can always bring your knees in a little bit more if that feels better. So you get to decide wide or narrow. And then from here, set your hands down on the ground and then just walk those out nice and long. And then set your forehead on the ground. This is called a child's pose. Just taking some deep breaths here. Maybe think about that first question on our live reflection. What do you hope to get out of this little bit of exercise we're going to do this morning? Okay, from here, relax those shoulders. And then come up on your fingertips. Walk your fingertips just a little bit further forward, but also think about pulling your hips back towards your heels at the same time. So full, long stretch down the back of the body. Then take one more big, deep breath here. And then exhale it out. From here, walk your hands out towards the right side of your mat. And then think about pushing your hips off towards the left a little bit more. Maybe set your right ear on your right bicep. And then that left armpit reaching a little bit closer to the ground. All right, walk it back to center again and then continue off towards that left side. Pushing those hips off towards the right. You're really thinking about like creating space in between each rib here. All right, bring those arms back to center again, and then bend your elbows and bring your palms to touch. This is a great shoulder stretch. And you're gonna bring your thumbs back to the back of your neck, walk your elbows forward a little bit, and then sink your hips back to your heels a little bit more. Taking a couple breaths here. All right, reach your arms out long again, and then you're gonna come up to a tabletop position, right? So just how you would picture a tabletop to be, right? Hands underneath your shoulders, knees are gonna be underneath your hips, and then spread your fingers out really wide, like you're trying to push through the center of the palm of your hand here. And we're gonna do some cats and cows. So you're gonna drop your chest, or drop your belly, lift your chest, look up for your cow position, and then we're gonna tuck our chin, round our spine, push through that space in our shoulder blades, tuck our tailbone under for our cat. And then go ahead and do that a couple times. Whatever feels good there, whatever pace makes sense. You might also push your hips off to the left and right. Just warming up the spine. You're sleeping for hopefully 8 hours, right? All right, and then go ahead and come back to neutral. We're gonna warm up our mid back, which is really important with all this desk work that we're doing. So take your right hand and put it behind your head, and make sure your whole palm is on your head, right? Not just your fingers, your whole palm is on your head. You're gonna keep it there. And then open up your chest, trying to bring your right elbow back. Not too much of a stretch, but just a little bit, right? And then bring that right elbow down towards your left wrist. And then open it back up. So do this 4 times, back and forth. Go at the pace that works for you. Each time you open up, you might get a little bit further. And then on that 4th one, go ahead and hold it, and then reach your right arm up long. Look up towards your right hand, and then you're gonna thread underneath the body. So your palm's gonna come up, your right shoulder and your right ear are gonna come to the ground or the mat. And then reach your left arm out long, push your hips to the right a little bit, and look up towards your left armpit. So visualize your left shoulder stacking on top of your right. And then bring that left hand back underneath your left shoulder, reach that right arm up high one more time, and then back to our tabletop position. Now let's go the other way. So left hand behind your head. Open that chest up, looking towards your left elbow, and then crunch it down towards that right wrist. Open it up. Go ahead and go for 4 here at your own pace. On that fourth one, hold. Reach that left arm long. Look up towards that left hand. And then thread it underneath the body. Left ear comes down, left shoulder. Right arm reaches long. And then push the hips off to the left a little bit. Look up towards that right armpit. Pull that right shoulder back. You might even get some sweet spine adjustments here. And then bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder. Left arm reaches one more time. And then we're back down. All right, let's do a little hip work here, okay? So now kick your right foot back. So you're gonna flex your toe there. See it on the screen. Flex your toe. And what you wanna think about is the front of your right hip pointing straight down. So don't let your hip open, right? Square that hip towards the ground. And then from here, reach your left arm out long. Biceps by the ears, thumb is pointed towards the sky. And then we're gonna crunch underneath the body, trying to get knee to elbow. And then reach as far as you can, still pushing through that heel, flexing that foot. And then crunch again for 2. Reach, do this 4 times, 3. Reach, one more time. Reach, hand and knee back down, right? All right, let's go the other side. Kick that left foot back. Flexing that toe, square that left hip down, get nice and stable, make all those little adjustments, and then right arm reaches long, thumb pointed towards the sky, crunch for 1, reach, kick through that heel, 2, reach, 3, one more time, it's like tug of war when you're reaching, good, and then hand and knee back down. So from here, go ahead and tuck your toes. And you're going to just hover your knees off the ground about an inch or 2, right? So it's called a hovering tabletop, right? It's very similar to a plank, just now our knees are bent, okay? So from here, I want you to think about pushing up through your shoulder blades, getting a little bit active there, and then keep your knees bent, push through your heels, get those legs a little more active. Let's go for 10 more seconds here. 5 more. From here, we're gonna lift our hips high to a down dog in 2, 1. Lift your hips up high. You might step your feet back a little bit too, and then bend your knees a lot. Try to sink your chest down towards your quads a little bit more. So relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. Still a nice big bend in the knees. And then pedal out your feet left and right. Trying to reach those heels to the ground. And then from here, go ahead and come forward to a high plank position. So get those hands right underneath your shoulders. Push through your palms, trying to get space in those shoulder blades. And then legs are nice and active. Right? If our knees are bent, push through your heels. And then from here, take that right foot up off the ground and try to bring it forward to set it on the ground outside your right hand, okay? If it doesn't quite get there, right, if you're here, we'll just move it, right? Just make those little adjustments. And then drop that back knee down if you haven't already. So with both hands inside your right foot right now, put your left hand on the ground, and then you're gonna take your right hand and push on the inside of your right knee. So you might even come up on the pinky side edge of your right foot if that feels good. And then from here, pull your right shoulder back, look over that right shoulder. Maybe let that left hip relax to the ground a little bit more. All right, square your shoulders back to the front, get your right foot flat on the ground. Now we're gonna do a half split. So you're gonna shift your hips back towards your heel. You can keep a nice bend in that front leg, right? Especially if your hamstrings are tight, you might even be up in this position. That's okay, right? So just trying to shift them back. Keep flexing that right toe. Lean over that front leg. You're just really looking to get into that right hamstring. All right, crawl back forward, both hands on the ground inside that right foot, and then lift your left knee off the ground. Keeping your left hand planted, reach your right arm up, look up towards that right hand, push through your left heel to activate your leg, and then try to pull that right shoulder back a little bit more. Right knee stacked over that right ankle. And then go ahead and set that right hand back down. Bring your right foot back to your left. We're in a high plank. And then shift those hips up high back to that down dog position. Nice big bend in the knee. Let your chest sink down towards your quads. And then rock forward to that high plank. Take your left foot up off the ground and then bring it forward outside that left hand. Go on the other side here. So right knee comes down, right hand's on the mat. Take that left hand, push on the inside of that left knee. You come on the pinky side edge of that left foot. Pull that left shoulder back. Look over your left shoulder. Let that right hip relax. Right, square your hips back towards the front. Get that left foot flat on the ground. And then shift your hips back. Flex that left toe towards your face. Lean over that front leg. Again, just looking to get down the back line of that left leg. You might lean over too if that feels good. You might even play with your hips left or right, depending on how that changes it. And then crawl back forward, both hands on the ground. Take that right knee off the ground. Keep your right hand planted and left arm reaches up. So again, push through that right heel, get that right leg active. Pull that left shoulder back a little bit. And then left hand down, left foot back to meet your right, and then go ahead and lay down on the ground, face down. Take a couple breaths there. I'm gonna check somebody in real quick. All right, if you're just now showing up to class, we're just doing a little bit of stretching, so jump in and join us. So we're laying down right now. This is a nice stretch, right? Opportunity to catch your breath. So from here, we're gonna do a little shoulder stretch, okay? So take your right arm out, and it can either be at what I would call a goalpost, right? Or you could bring it out towards more like the shape of a Y, or more like an airplane or a T, okay? And what you're gonna base it off of is once we get in the stretch, you wanna feel it in the right front shoulder there, okay? Kind of get like your pec region. And then you're gonna turn, put your right ear on the ground, left hand is underneath your left shoulder, and then you're gonna pick that left leg up and bring it over to the right side, maybe getting your toe on the ground, and then push into that left hand, try to get a little more weight onto that right shoulder. And again, you can play with that position depending on where you're getting the best stretch. All right, roll it back to center. Let's go the other way. So right hand underneath your shoulder, left arm is gonna come out, and then right leg comes up and over. Keep pushing into that right hand. You might even, pull your right knee back if that feels good on your hip. Keep getting weight onto that left shoulder. All right, roll it back to center. And then you're going to get your hands right underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under, and then try to get your quads off the ground, right? So they're hovering, they're active. And then get your core tight, and then push up to a high plank position, okay? So from here, go ahead and drop down to your knees. Take your hands forward a little bit more, right? So you're in a pretty flat position. And we're gonna do 2 modified push-ups here, right? So driving those elbows back, chest to the ground, come back up. Do 1 more of those, okay? Now come up on your toes. We're gonna do 2 modified push-ups, but a different version. So you're gonna come down on your toes, and then you're gonna go to your knees to come up. So try 2 of those. And then once you're done with that, try 2 full body weight push-ups, right? Chest to ground. And then once you're done with that, go ahead and sit back on your heels there.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hey, Marcus. How you doing? Don't know about the stretching? All right. so we're done with that stretching. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a workout, okay? So the workout we're gonna do is going to be every minute on the minute, right? I'll type this in the chat box so we will all know, right? So EMOM means every minute on the minute, okay? And we're gonna do 3 different movements, okay? So the first minute, you're gonna shoot for somewhere between 7 to 10 push-ups, right? And you're gonna hear me say this a lot in you know, any of our movement days, is the quality of the movement is much more important than the quantity, right? So I'd rather see 7 really good push-ups than 10 sloppy ones, right? So you get to decide, you know, where am I at today on those push-ups, and you get to use any of those varieties we just talked about there. But our, you know, goal is to get chest to ground, and we want those hands right underneath our shoulders. Whether you're on your knees or toes is really up to you, okay? So that'll be our first minute. Okay, second minute, we're gonna look to do 15 sit-ups, okay? So let's review this one real quick. So go ahead and, yeah, sit down on your mat if you're not already there. This might be a different style of sit-up than you're used to, that's okay. And bring the bottoms of your feet to touch like a butterfly position, let your knees fall out wide. So the idea is to get rid of your hips doing the work, right? We want our midline, we want our core to do the work, okay? So when we come back, our fingertips are gonna touch the ground and behind us, and then when we come up, it's gonna touch in front of our toes there. So go ahead and try 3 of those, just see how those feel. If that doesn't feel great on your hips, you can always go more traditional, right? Feet flat on the ground, still touch behind your toes, and then coming up to touch here, okay? You'll notice I'm not like hip thrusting to get up. My low back is staying on the ground as I come up in that position, okay? So second minute, you'll do 15 of those. And then the third minute, let's go 15 again. I think this will be a good number. We're gonna do 15 air squats. So go ahead and get to your feet. Let's talk about a few form things that we wanna be doing in our air squats here. So it starts with our base, right? Starts with our feet. So your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart, okay? And then as far as turnout, right? The more, you know, forward facing your toes are, the better. But most of us will need to turn out a little bit, right? But we're only looking for about a 15-degree turnout. We don't want to be like you know, we're not looking for a ballet position here, okay? So once those feet are set, go ahead and bring your hands out in front of you about chest or eye height. Okay, and then from here, you're gonna think about pushing those hips back, right? Like if you were to have your hands full of groceries, you need to shut the door, right? That's how your squat will start. Hips come back a little bit, okay? Feet stay flat on the ground, and then we're gonna push our knees out, coming down into a full squat. Full squat means hip crease below my knee. Hip crease, knee, right? Needs to be lower. This is not a squat, that's a partial squat. Full squat, not quite there, right? So on that third minute, you're gonna do 15 air squats. So go ahead and try 3 of those, see how they feel. Nice, and wow, those are good, great depth. Perfect, okay, so let's see, how many times do we wanna go through this? It's 11:25, we got 20 minutes left. How about 3 times? 9 minutes. 9 minutes, we'll be done. We'll do a little core work, and then you guys will be off to, well, no, this is the last period of the day, isn't it? Yeah, second period, awesome. Well, good. All right, so we'll go through this 3 times. Graham, you wanna come say hi? Come say hi, sit. Oh boy, Graham says hi. Hopefully he leaves though, he doesn't like it when I'm working out, he barks at me. Okay, so you guys hopefully can see the clock. Just do it your best, right? That's all it's about. Maybe get a little sweat on and have some fun, learn some skills. So, all right, let's do this. Also, if you have music, get that going, right? Hey, shh, quiet, go upstairs. Go upstairs if you're gonna bark. All right, we'll try this with them. Okay, we'll start with those 7 to 10 push-ups. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Any variety of push-up there. You can also break them up, right? You got a full 60 seconds to get them in, lots of time. Good, yep, knees or toes, either one is perfect. We still got 30 more seconds. So if you're done, you're just resting right now. Graham, quiet. All right, 15 seconds. We got those 15 sit-ups. So remember, bottoms of feet to touch, knees out wide if that feels okay. Otherwise, you're in your more traditional sit-up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Fingertips behind, touch in front of those shoulders. Got 15 reps. Nice work, y'all. Just keep moving, going for 15. Oh, yeah. All right, 20 seconds. Then we're onto our feet. 15 air squats. Remember, you got a full 60 seconds to do them. 10 seconds. Getting those feet set, right about shoulder width apart. 3, 2, 1, go. Shift those hips back, pushing those knees out. Getting that full depth. Squeeze the quads. Squeeze the glutes when you get to the top. Going for 15 reps here. Think about all 4 corners of your feet on the ground. All right, if you find yourself shifting forward, push those hips back. It's like you're sitting in a chair, right? You can always do that too as a great modification, right? If you find that you're coming on your toes, you could get a chair, a stool. This is pretty low. I'd probably get something higher, right? But you can still come down onto that seat and come back up, okay? All right, that's 1 round. We got 2 more times through. Back to push-ups. 5 seconds. Somewhere between 7 and 10 reps here, y'all. You got it. 2, 1, go. Remember, hands underneath those shoulders. Drive those elbows back. Chest touches the ground. Whoo-wee. Yeah. Starting to sweat a little. All right, 30 seconds. We'll be on to those sit-ups. Twenty seconds. Ten seconds. So we got 15 sit-ups is all. 15 reps here. 3, 2, 1, go. Just keep moving. You got time. Still got about 30 seconds. Then we're onto our feet for squats again. 10 seconds. Getting those feet set. 5 seconds. 2, 1, go. Remember, we're going for 15 reps. Pushing those knees out. Keep those feet flat on the ground. Getting that full depth. Squat is such a functional movement, right? We get up and sit down how many times a day? If you ever, you got plans to take weight training or personal fitness, this will be great skills to have. All right, 20 seconds, y'all, and we're on our third and final round. One more time of each. We're almost there. Then we're gonna do a little bit more core work. 10 seconds, last set of push-ups here. 3, 2, 1, go. Last time here. Keep the quality of the movement high. Break them up if you need to. Nice job, y'all. Practicing and doing the work is how those get easier. Good work. Got about 30 seconds. Last set of sit-ups here. I don't know about you all, but movement, exercise, activity, it's like an immediate mood booster. So this feels good. Thank you. Woo-wee. All right, 10 seconds, 15 sit-ups is all. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. These feel easy. You can always add more speed. Keep your low back down. Woohoo, last time there. 20 seconds, we got our last set of squats. Almost done, y'all. 10 seconds. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, go. Last 15 reps. Keep pushing those knees out. Give you the Y on that. Knees are pushed out, that's what gets your glutes working. Don't let them come in. Bad position, out. Going for 15 here. All 4 corners of your feet on the ground. So with those 15, go ahead and rest. Good, keep that chest up. Nice, way to get that depth. Nice job, y'all. You got 10 more seconds to finish them up. All right. Whew. Well, that felt good, right? You got lots of reps in, all just within 9 minutes. So hopefully you're feeling good.
Why did we have to do so many? Like
that's where the strength comes from.
I don't have any fit in my body. Like
well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
And it's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. Good morning. All right. So the last part we're gonna do here, we're not done. We're gonna go 3 rounds.
What?
3 rounds. Only one movement. We're gonna do a 40-second. You guessed it. Plank, and then we're gonna have 20 seconds rest. So the whole thing will take us 3 minutes.
Wow.
40 seconds of work, 20 seconds rest. So, and then we'll be done. They're gonna wake up and you'll be
I
like,
have a question.
"Ooh, my abs are strong." Yeah, what's the question?
Are you trying to kill me?
Definitely not. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite, Marcus. All right, let's do this, people. All right, we're gonna do a high plank. Okay, so I'll talk us through the 40 seconds, just giving you some ideas on the positioning that you should be in for your plank. Okay, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds rest. You can do this, y'all. All right, we'll start in 10 seconds. Hands are gonna be right underneath those shoulders. Going 5, 3, 2, 1, up. So hands right underneath those shoulders. Spread your fingers out wide. Really try to push through the center of the palm of your hands. And then try to push through your shoulder blades, right? Create a little kind of a dome there. And if your legs are bent, push through your heels, get your legs a little more active. And we're over halfway done here. Keep that belly button back to spine. Just try to get into a nice, steady breath. 10 seconds, almost there. Hold and breathe. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, full 40 seconds rest. We got it 2 more times, y'all. Doing great. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, up. Get right in it. It's not very long. And then let's do those checkpoints, right? Spread your fingers out wide. Push through your shoulder blades. Get those legs active. So think hamstrings up towards the ceiling. Push through your heels. And also think about tucking that tailbone under a little bit and keep your belly button back to spine. 15 more seconds, y'all. So close. Start shaking, that's okay. Just hold, you can do it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. If you end up having to rest during that 40 seconds, it's not a big deal, right? Come down, maybe you gotta shake out your arms and then get right back in it. This is our last one, 10 seconds. Third and final here, y'all. 3, 2, 1, up. This is where you can start thinking about what you're gonna have for lunch, right? Just keep breathing. If you fall out of it, just get right back in it. It's okay. It's how we get stronger. Keep practicing. Pushing that comfort level a little bit. 15 more seconds. Come on. You got this. 10 more is all. Where can you be a little more active in your body? Shoulders, your legs. 3, 2, 1, rest. We did it. Woohoo. Nice job, y'all. Made it through it. Well done.
Is the class over? Because I feel like going to sleep.